Hello everybody. Uh, how you doing, fam? YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook. Don't matter if you have letters or numbers in your name or under it or whatever. I still wish you a good day. Hope your family's safe, doing well in these troubling times. Figure today we'll start up a cryptid and paranormal show. I want to give a big shout out to all things paranormal Leslie, uh, to Holly's Lore, David Tierman, the backyard UFOologist, Through the Veil, Beyond the Veil, AK Explorations, Southern Afterlife Paranormal TV, The Venomous Fringe, uh, The Big Deal, Super Night, Fox Adventures, Hensley's Paranormal TV, uh, Haley, Lily, David Vingman, got JBD, Camo Man 73, South Cac Baba, KPT Explorers. There's a whole bunch. Show Me the Light. If I ain't call your name off today, I hope you're not offended. But there's so many good channels out there that I like and respect. Ghostly Findings. Yeah, Midnight Paranormal. There's a lot of channels that I like, respect, and like to watch every day. It's, it's hard to remember them all. I've called out a bunch and I'll keep calling on them. As you noticed, I've got a new channel name now. Uh, y'all just tuning in or first time watching, hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. Hit that share button, please. And let's get this party started. All right, Cloud's Paranormal Adventures. I'm up here with Alan and Rosie from Alan and Rosie's Adventures with an undisclosed location in Alabama, deep in the piney woods, at this old abandoned church. Floors are soft. All right, once again, Cloud's Paranormal Adventures. Also, sometimes go by Ace Explorers Paranormal. Here at this abandoned church, they've been growled at in here before. See orbs. Oh, floor is soft. Oh, this place is falling to pieces.
I was just kind of feeling for the beans.
Yeah,
Stay on the hard spots.
there's a bird feather. Yeah, this place is just shot, man.
Right back in that back room, where that like window is to the right.
You're right.
That's where she got the picture of that person.
Bro, I wish I'd have brought a drone. I could send back in there.
You're welcome.
I walked back there.
You weigh like 55 pounds.
Well, the floor is actually laying on the ground over there.
Yeah. And if I weighed 55 pounds, I wouldn't be worried either. Shit, we about 5 foot off the ground. I show right here. The floor,
There's
they.
a foundation under where we're standing right now. We'll be falling concrete.
Oh, look. That is an old piano right there.
Yep, it works.
Look at that. I bet you Jerry Lee Lewis couldn't do much with that son of a bitch. What the hell? What's that? Heater unit in the back?
Refrigerator, I think. We can get through there from the back and just gotta walk through the bushes. We come through there last time.
What else is in here?
They got a room right back here. That's where she saw those orbs.
That's where I got all the.
That's where we got the growl out of.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
moment.
right there where you want.
Oh. All righty. How's everybody doing today? Ooh, there we go. That's crazy. I'm not sure. Ooh, hey, thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate you so much. Yep, that's the word for today. By God. Ooh. That's the same word it was yesterday. By God. Okay there, Vale. All righty. Up, rip. There we go. Sure. Oh. What, Dogman give you a pass there, all right? He give you a learner's permit, maybe? By God. Ooh. All right. All righty. Oh, go ahead, Rod. All righty. I give Fox, you mind if I show him that new video you done, the haunted doll? I promise I'd share out one of your videos yesterday. Ooh. Y'all would hit this like and share button, please. All righty. Look, it's my buddy Margate Marauder. Oh, damn it. That's not cool. All right, let's see if we can do this right. For some reason or another, I'm trying to click on Fox's channel and having a problem. Thank you there, Margate. What the hell? I can't share the damn channel. I don't know what's going on. To remove mods, or to report. But I can't share the damn video. How you doing there, Three Souls? Hey, Paranormal Adoptee. It won't let me drop a damn link off of YouTube. Hello, Juanita. Evidently, Rod, I can't share no videos out. I don't know what in the flock is going on. YouTube done ruining it again. Well, what I'll have to start doing then is getting permission from people and then see about downloading their video onto my computer and then play the video back over live stream like that and delete the dang video afterwards. Son of a gun. Damn, YouTube done kissed the goat. Bye. Ooh, so I gotta rethink my game plan. That's a good picture you done there, by the way. Fox. Alrighty there. Through the veil. I got you, DM. Ooh, thank you. All right, share out. Let's see. Thank you, Fox. All right, let's see. How the hell did you do that? I think I figured a way around this. There we go. That's Fox's channel right there. Y'all can check it out. Now I see how to share videos out. How you doing there, Three Souls? That's it. That's how you do it there. All right, I see how to do this now. All right. Let's start off. We'll show what drop the link. Anybody want to come up on top on panel? All right. Share screen.
Tell me who to listen. Okay, so I'm going to use the Necrophonic app right here. Let me know if you can hear me. The stuff below. Yeah. Who's here with me? Can you tell me who's here? Can you tell me your name? I heard yeah. Are you possessing this doll? Is there a spirit that possesses this doll? Yes or no? Is there a spirit that possesses this doll? Yes or no? Is there a spirit that possesses this doll? Is this doll harnessed? Okay, I heard you are, I didn't hear the rest, but let's continue. Who's here with me? Can you tell me your name? Is this doll possessed by anyone? Yes or no? Is this doll possessed? What? Can you tell me if this doll is possessed? Can you tell me your name? Why are you possessing this doll if you are? Are you an evil spirit? Is there a spirit that possesses this doll? Yeah, I want to see if I can get any response to the echo box right now. Just getting it to set that up real quick. There we go. Yeah, it's about right. Is there a spirit that possesses this doll? I heard yes. Is the spirit that possesses this doll evil or good? Evil or good? Can you say my name, spirit? Can you say my name, spirit? Is there someone here that'd like to speak? Yes or no? If you're wondering why I'm doing this, I'm just checking how much time I film. Is this doll possessed, or is there a spirit attached to it? Spirits, I have gotta go. You cannot stay. Thanks for coming. Spirits, you have to go. You cannot stay. And thanks for coming. Now go for this video. Well, I think I closed it correctly. I'm not sure. I believe I did. I did what you said. So I'll see you all in the next video.
All right. Yeah, that come out pretty good there. And Fox said your video just traveled out pretty good. I'm watching the analytics on it. Okay, you still there, Ron? Ooh, paging Mr. Ron Tremblay. My God. Ooh. Oh, that'll work. All righty there. All righty, Allie. Have good luck with your song there. Hey, I could try singing. Last time I tried singing, the dogs and the cats joined in. My neighbor said, by God. Oh, all righty, right. Okay, let's do what. Be safe there, Allie. All righty. Okay, let's see. We're going to do one for the Venomous Friends real quick. And after the Venomous Friends, I'd like to do one for Hensley there, if Hensley don't mind. Keep knocking, but you can't come yet. Look, it's Ripley. Believe it or not. By God. Hey, what you doing?
Nothing. Fucking aggravated this stupid weed video shit. Trying to edit a video and it just keeps kicking out.
Oh, bro, I hate that crap.
It's trying to upload a part of the video and it says media not found.
Oh, that sucks.
Times I've wanted to punch the computer this morning.
All right, Hensley, I tell you, I'm gonna rethink things. We're gonna do one for Ripley real quick. So we're gonna do Ripley, Venomous Friends, and then Hensley. Or Hensley. I gotta get my lies straight, by God. All right, let's see. Ooh. Yeah, I see YouTube changed things out where you can't click on somebody's channel in chat anymore and go to their channel. Yeah, I clicked there a minute ago and damn near put reported Fox for pornography trying to go to his channel. I was like, click. Oh shit.
What the hell?
Uh-huh.
It's like that on mine.
They try to keep us from connecting and growing. To give a little more time, and then my get smart and decide that you can't click and get the links from off the person's YouTube channel and drop them in chat. Ooh, all righty. Y'all had checked out the Venomous let me get the cigarette out of my mouth. Let's be professional. By God. All right, if y'all hadn't checked out the Venomous Fringe there, I wish you would. I got an awesome channel covering cryptids. They don't go at it with the cryptids are there approach. They go at it with seek the truth. There yesterday we watched where they disproved some stuff about the rake man, like the picture you see that went all over the internet of the rake man in the woods was being used from a video game company that had it named as something else. It's the exact same picture. All of a sudden it starts popping up, becoming, oh my, it's scary. It's the rake. It's a damn video game character. Hey, yep. Oh, bro, let's see. What can we do? Let's go on down. Hey, Mississippi DogMan, that sounds good. Here we go. Around Ocala National Park. That's here in Florida.
Here I am. I'm an actor, precision driver. We're challenging each other. It's automobile skill tests. I really don't think Idris has a chance here.
Hey, I gotta make a comment real quick. I wish y'all would go to Venom's Friends, leave comment on their page. Let them know that you learned about them through the live. Let them know that they are appreciated. For some reason or another, YouTube decided to demonetize them when they hadn't done a blessed thing wrong, but go figure. All right. So this is Dogman spotted around Ocala National Park. As I recall, Dogman at Ocala Park is here in Florida. All right, a paranormal adoptee, be safe. Hope you come back pretty soon. I hope you'll eat more peanut butter, by God.
That stupid computer.
Well, we made it back, though. That's what counts.
I hate this computer.
It's all good. You made it back. That's what's important.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Venomous Fringe. Tonight's show is a follow-up from the state of Florida. We have a couple new encounters we'd like to showcase to everyone, and of course, as always, we'd like to talk about them. These cases come from a woman who I'm going to give the name of Rose. I want to thank Rose for specifically choosing me to tell these stories as well as map them out as new encounters in the state of Florida. This is the first time these cases have been explained and discussed, as well as the location of these encounters happening really close to the radius of Ocala National Park. You recall my previous episode, I discussed an encounter just east of Ocala involving a man seeing a dog man just on the other side of the road, staring at the other side of the road, if you recall. Ocala National Park being a very well-preserved area, these encounters happen just around. This is Rose's story and testimony. So I live in the Ocala area and was a park ranger at the Silver Springs State Park. I found very odd-looking footprints that looked like a combination of canine and human feet just outside the camping area one morning. There had been people in the cabins, which is just sort of up a little pathway of the camping area, that had been complaining of somebody walking around their cabin at night. They called one of the rangers before it's time to go home, and he went and investigated, and of course, he couldn't find anything. but it was in the same time frame as when I had found those prints. Another ranger I worked with lives in a residential area about 15 minutes from that state park, but the residential area he lives in is close by a wildlife area that somehow connects to the forest, and the residential area has a Walmart and everything through and a main road through it. He told me that he had walked outside around dusk and caught something chasing a cat around his car, and he described it as an unusual looking striped hyena. And he was a little confused because he knows his wildlife, and he knows that there are typically not hyenas in Florida. He said it ran off towards the woods by the house. Another friend of mine lives close to him, and she had seen. Another friend of mine lives close to him and had chickens, and she had said that somebody or something opened the door of the coop and just killed her chickens. She said they were just ripped up. And my daughter has a friend who lives in a different residential area on the opposite side of the county, and that in intermittent wooded areas throughout the community, and her friend was driving home on one of those roads around midnight till 1 a.m, and he and his friend said something stepped out in front of the car, and it was well described as being a werewolf, and it stopped when he stopped the car, turned around, and it looked at him, and the kid described it as it snarling or grinning at him. And there is one that I would have a hard time describing to you in writing because it's a little strange, but it also happened in the Ocala National Forest. Before we go any further, let's just take a good look at these cases here. This individual, Rose, who had been a park ranger for quite some time at the Silver Springs State Park, found mysterious footprints, as you see here. These footprints are pretty interesting, and it makes me wonder if these things are indeed a dogman or something completely different. But something that really astonishes me about these footprints is that they do look very much like nothing of that of a human. These footprints almost look somewhat canine. You can see almost what looks like the paw print on the upper portion, or what appears to be a large track. Upon highlighting it on what it could possibly look like, this is the end result. Of course, this is Photoshop 101, but still something that is very well compelling. Now, one thing that she had also wanted to have mentioned was that there were trucks and tractors driving through the area, and of course, these prints may look a little ruffled. As you can see on the upper corner, you could see that there appears to be tracks of a quad or truck. Let me know what you guys think of these footprints in the comments section. Her one friend had an encounter with a hyena striped one, which is convinced to me that that is the canine variant 2 dogman, in which that one resembles a hyena. Something that's very interesting to note is that this happened 15 minutes from the state park. Depending on the location, as of course there is no mention, around the area of Ocala from northeast, west, and south, there's plenty of land where a dogman can easily inhabit. And being that there was this taking place in a residential area, this goes back to the whole discussion of creatures being. The next story from Rose's testimony comes from her best friend. Her best friend swears that this is not a BS story and that what happened, that it's very genuine. This happened to her best friend on a very, very early fall night. It was during the fall when her best friend was working on a burn pile. Her friend lives in the woods. She has neighbors where she's surrounded in between. However, due to the heavy trees and patches that surround the environment, she can hardly see them and very so often happen to run into them. She had heard coyotes periodically living there, and one night her cat went missing, her only cat. It wasn't until one night working in the burn pile when she felt a mysterious sensation of being watched. It wasn't until a couple seconds later she felt it again and looked up and saw 2 pair of eyes looking right at her straight ahead. Her reaction, very quiet and not really a response, was nearly in shock. For her, she suddenly didn't know what to expect. She felt and felt as if this creature was going to attack her, and more importantly, stare down at her, unknown reasoning. She booked it into the house and ran as fast as she could, nearly taking 2 steps at a time going up the stairs, bolting into the door and shutting it, locking it. The windows kept closed as well. She prayed, and nothing happened. That was her report. It's interesting when a dogman happens to be watching someone, people tend to get these interesting, sensational vibes, where they feel like they've been watched and that there's something more to it. I will say for a dogman encounter, it does sound out of the ordinary for some, but at the end of the day, this is also a reason why many, even now, are just so frightened of these mysterious creatures. As for the missing animal, it's very common to have missing pets in dogman cases. If there are dogman creatures nearby, there's no question that these things tend to take animals. It's unknown if her friend had any other reports other than that. I would like to get out more information, in which I will be contacting Rose once more. It's interesting to note, though, that all of this activity is within the radius of Ocala National Park. Now, the last piece I want to talk about is actually something that has somewhat of a relation towards Dogman. You see, a lot of people mention about flashing lights, mysterious glowing lights that appear and reflect and illuminate in forests or in roads and narrow. It's not fog, but a very mysterious type of projectile. Rose had seen these lights nearly close to midnight. She was leaving work and looked into the woods. Her car was parked on the back side of the community center. She was talking to her daughter on the phone, and the weirdest orange mist had illuminated nearly a portion of the woods behind one of the shop buildings, butted up to the woodline. It should be noted that the individual that had seen the dogman in her previous testimony, this was around the area, the exact same spot, just to be exact. This is basically all of Rose's testimony, the 2 encounters in her mysterious flashing light case. The reason why I mention the flashing lights is because in some dogman cases, the flashing lights are seen. Now, of course, I could be wrong, but it wouldn't be no surprise if the flashing lights and dogman have a very strong and luminous connection with one another. And the most freakiest part about these mysterious lights is that these lights happen to illuminate right before a dogman sighting. Rose never had a dogman encounter before, but it would be no surprise if she had waited much longer after seeing those lights, something may have popped out. What is going on in the Ocala area? Multiple dogman reports and plus evidence with mysterious lights. There appears to be something very mysterious in this place. I don't know for sure, but it definitely is a mystery. What do you guys think? Do you believe a dogman is roaming the areas around here? What did Rose's friends see on those consecutive nights? And what was the flashing lights? Do you believe that that is the sense of struggling a dogman? Some of them may be going too far. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys, as always, for listening to my show. As well, I want to thank you all again for tuning in tonight. If you are very interested, we would like you to take a look at our Facebook group. The link is in the description. And if you wish, feel free to leave a donation at the PayPal link. We are not doing our standard YouTube partnership due to the constant demonetization that's delivered from various cryptid channels as well as other miscellaneous non-cryptid related channels. This is the Venomous Fringe, and you have a fantastic evening. Have a fantastic evening.
There you go. All righty. They do some awesome work. Awesome work. Hey. Yeah, Ripley, what you doing?
I was making a Discord.
Oh, okay, cool. That's all right. No, one thing. You got your hair cut nice and short. We know you don't have no horns.
Yeah.
See, if you had long hair, and I wonder if you'd have horns. Like, hey there, JBD. By God. Oh, what you doing, JBD? Hi. Just take a little break here. I've been go look.
Oh.
I gotta find this Ohio. I know where Ohio is. It's over yonder by Kentucky. By God.
My God.
Hey, I've been to Ohio before, Kentucky. Just lived up there in Michigan. There we go. Good thing I.
Oh.
There we go. Good thing I got you saved on DM, where I could pull your channel up there. First of all, I gotta do this. All right, here's. Hey, I'd like to go hang out with you too there, Hensley. Right, you look like you got a nice little group going there. Hello there, Mr. Vingman. Yep, if we could get one from Southern Ohio. I know just the one, too. He's one of my favorites. Hey, I'll still keep calling you Ripper. That's a good American name, by God.
Good American name?
Hell yeah. I'm trying. Here we go. Yeah, today I'm trying to keep videos down to around the 20 to 30-minute mark. We can share more out that way. I was thinking about that last night. I was going, people get to thinking I'm showing the same one's videos out every day. They might get upset. So try to keep about 20, 30-minute mark. Try to get more people out there. If I don't show, if I can't show one of your videos there today, there's always another day. I'm not gonna play no favorites for nobody. I can't show one of your videos there.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Last night we went to the cemetery here in Oak Hill, Ohio, and I did a small intro on there, and I don't think it turned out very good. The video is kind of really dark. You can't really see it, but I'm going to post it anyway. And
I'm not seeing it
let me know
play.
if you see anything or hear anything. Like, subscribe.
I'm gonna back this one up.
Did a small.
For some reason or another, it don't seem like it's going across StreamYard.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's see what. Let's stop the share. Like if somebody once said, if at first you don't succeed, cuss that some bitch and throw it out the window. Hey, that was me. By God.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Last night
That's when I had hair.
and I did a small intro on there, and I don't think it turned out very good. The video is kind of really dark. You can't really see it, but I'm going to post it anyway. And Let me know if you see anything or hear anything. Like, subscribe. Um, I need to get a whole lot of a better lighting system on my thing here so you guys can see better in my cemetery videos. That way my videos turn out a lot better. I've got a speaker that you can pretty well hear good, but if you see anything or hear anything, just let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and thanks.
There we go.
That's when my lighting stuff.
My video again because my channel was not on. How about that?
Log on.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys hear anything, let me know. In the comments, like, subscribe. We need to get this video actually going. There's been spirits out here. Let's communicate. Talking a little speaker up here. Maybe I'll be able to hear you when I go over the video. Bridge. Some older tombstones over here. You can whisper in your ear and talk if you want to. I'm basically all by myself. I'm going over on the other side of the cemetery. It's nice out here. It's a nice cemetery. I'm in the old part though. Is that in?
I don't know where it's
Where
at.
is it?
In there.
December 5th, 1912. February 2nd, 1972. Another veteran. On March 18th, 1911. September 10th, 1970. World War II veterans.
Honey, I don't know where it's at.
What was that? Let's put myself out. Holy cow. Freaking cow scared me. Hold on. Oh, he's a sergeant. Yeah, there is a lot of veterans here. Trying not to step on graves. I don't even think it's respect. You can't even read that one. Yeah, I don't want to go over into the. You're allowed to be in here at night, so I just don't want to go over this to the road. Shit, that scared me. Somebody started the car. People probably gonna laugh at me. Oh, that's hilarious. Scared myself. Freaked myself out. Shane's over in the truck by himself. But like I said, if you want to speak, speak into my camera here, into the speaker up here on top. And when I go over the footage, I may be able to hear you. Or even speak in my ear. That's a whole lot. That's a dog. Probably. There's an old veteran. Man, you can't even look on his tombstone. There's an old church up there. supposed to be haunted, but I really don't know that, or I don't people see me from the road. I'm kind of back in here, so they can't really see you. So, old tombstone down here. I think they're down there next to the wood. I don't know what's down there. There might be snakes. Maybe there be no snakes. Sorry, guys, you can't see. Very good lighting. I've got several cables with me. Oh, the boys are not here. The boy all fell asleep. That's the old one. Oh, that's hilarious. Don't go peeing on stuff now. Let's see something else in here. Hurry up, man. My double. No, I don't need it more than. You even see one thing you can. You need a better lighting system on this thing. A better light. I could swear I've seen something else over there. There's a lot of big tombstone. Yeah, I need a headset. Well, the light I have on top of my thing is from the headlamp that God gave me. And
Shit.
I'm sorry guys if I'm talking about this video. I'm also doing a live. I'm sorry if I sound like crap. I've got some kind of cough. I'm on the contact on the surface. They were? Young in there? Even old ones? Oh, Nancy said hi. Alright, let's go down here and see this. This video is probably a whole mess. It looks like something tore off the back of that one. What was that? Fun. What you got there giggling about? Take a picture of me. Kind of scared me. I think that's what he did. Scared me jerk. I think the newer ones down in here. You don't see some of the older ones. I got one right there. Okay. I think Mom caught me. What? Mom? Oh, what's with? Look at what? Oh, you looking for some ghosts? Well, I knew what the fuck is that. That's it this way. Oh, down in there. Mom's catching stuff on camera. What is it? What'd you catch? Where was that at? Where was it? Did I walk through there?
Jesus.
No. No?
Dope head? Oh, he's still in it here. Better keep your mouth shut.
Mm.
Hey, how much did you get out of him?
There's a lot of bed towels. Hear that? What? What is it? That's something waving. Look at that next. Can you see that? Holy cow. That's what I said. You freaking out, Dad? Are you starting to believe in the paranormal? Bullshit.
I'm messing with Dad.
Monetize my videos, please. Yeah, they do. That's crazy, man. Huh? You took it into there? You gotta send me that picture, Mom, so I can post it on my phone. That's crazy. Mom's got orbs. She's taking pictures. She's gonna send them to me. I'm gonna post them on Facebook. I swear, she's got some fucking white walking terrible video. I don't know if my camera got it or not. I ain't got very good light. I'm gonna have to get really light. I'm gonna show that. Sorry guys, you'll see my flashlight. Come with me, Mom. Sorry, the video's kind of dark, guys. But if you ever see anything, just let me know in the comments below. No, you're not dogs. A big pack of dogs. I seen that again. Come on. Can you take a picture of this place, please? Let me try that big tombstone. Whatever, see a big tombstone right there? Take a picture of that lake. What the fuck am I doing? Okay. What looking in there? Mm-hmm. Wait. Yeah, the kitchen thing, you let me send it to me. No, I need a better flashlight or something. My camera's blurry. Hey, Lucy. Hey, take picture of this one. My camera's blurry. Take picture of this one. My camera's blurry, but my light is not. Take me my blur. You know what, miss? Here, okay. That was that. There? Yeah. I got no idea. I think that was just that fly, Dad. Sorry. What, Whitley? It's a big cemetery. Memory of brave and full sons and Jeff Township who died in defense of their country and in southern Wales, 1861, 1865. God rules in the affairs of men to the, I can't see that. Oh, the patriot, the whole country is the voice of God. May 1997. Oh, names of soldiers. Can't really see them. Well, my camera keeps blurring. Yeah, something for soldiers. 3 quarters, 3 quarters. Mom's taking pictures, man. She's getting all kinds of stuff. There's these spirits out here that wants to communicate. Now's the time. You can communicate. You can look through my ears. You can talk to the speaker. Different what? Different parts. Like a different cemetery? Did you see that memorial thing in there, Mom? There's a memorial thing there. A bunch of soldiers' names on it. You'll have to send me those pictures. You know what, Mom? Lord have mercy. Are you scared? You're right beside me. I'm not walking the grapes. Yeah, I see that. I'm catching all kinds of stuff, man. What was that? Oh, we'll get quick out of here. Did you hear that? You throw something. You ass.
You ass.
No, what the coyote? Oh, what one? That was you, jerk.
I'll be a clown.
Shut up, Shane. Don't be a jerk.
He's been an ass.
So I can always down. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You ass.
Turn clown in here. On the phone. No, shut up, yeah, these old ones. I didn't even come up this far. I didn't come up in this far. You hear me? I didn't come up this far. Yeah. I don't know, right? No, you're not allowed to see him. Are you leaving? Huh? Why didn't we leave yet? I'm not going to clear all of your life.
He was being an ass.
All right, everybody. That's Southern Ohio's Ghostly Adventures. Y'all would check the channel out. She got good content. Even if she do say more bad words than a sailor, by God.
I think I've cut back a little bit though on my videos. I try not to.
Damn it. So how long you been into ghost hunting, Ripley?
Just here the past year, but I've always been attracted to the paranormal though.
So what got you interested in it?
Just watching paranormal videos and my house being haunted.
Haunted house would do it too. I remember that night the dustpan got moved up from behind that door behind you. That was crazy. Ooh. Uh-oh, Ripley on the way out. By God. Let's see. Let's get one started up like I said I was going to do. See if we can find...
This crazy computer.
Oh, you just lagged out like a shovel gun.
I know. I hate this stupid internet. They're saying something like the internet service and stuff is being overpowered from where everybody's locked in.
Yeah, that virus got all kind of people on the line. I'm gonna have to look and see if I have your a DM from you, Hensley. I don't think I do. I know how to find you though. There you go.
I was gonna say the penguins got through that thing
The one got chewed up. You had to throw it away.
No, it's in her shoebox.
No,
Yeah.
one of them is in the shoebox.
Yeah.
Mom,
Nailed by the couch.
Mom. Well, tell me. Mom.
Mom.
Take us to Mom.
$1's not going to get you this.
Mom, we both have $1.
Okay, hang on.
Mom, so we have $2.
I'm all set to start your video up there, Hensley. Hey,
I don't have to
if nobody has any kind of
the baby's crying.
music from the radio or TV, anything that can be copyrighted. Let's try to keep an eye out on that. That's not good. All right. I bet you. We're going to start one up now. That's Hensley Paranormal TV. Let's share the video out. There's the link. Everybody just now tuning in, you would check out Hensley Paranormal TV. All right, Chrome tab. And away we go.
Did you just say hi, Bobby?
Ruh-roh.
Please tell me if you said hi, Bobby.
Ruh-roh.
Well,
I'm gonna start it over.
Please let me know.
Oh,
She's going to take us here in a little bit.
try it again. I made a miscue. That's 2 in 1 day. Keep this shit up. I'm gonna start saying bad words.
Did you just say hi, Bobby?
Ruh-roh.
Please tell me if you said hi, Bobby.
Ruh-roh.
My name is Bobby, not Bob. Did you say Hensley?
No.
Yes. How do you know my last name? Where do you want me to come? You said come here. Where do you want me to go? To whoever's whispering and you said come here, where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go? How many of you are here? How many spirits are talking to you?
Just hang on.
How many spirits are speaking to you right now?
Hold on.
Okay, can one at a time?
Doing something.
Literally. I'll see you.
I want to talk to Sarah. Can I please talk to Sarah? Sarah, are you still here? Sarah, will you talk to me? Is there any military persons here? Can you tell me what branch of the service you was in? Hey. I give you permission to talk to me. You can talk to me. Just speak through the device. You can talk to me. Sarah, if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. I give you permission. Ed, if you're still here and you want to talk, you can talk to me. Ed.
Speaking tongue.
All right, I'm about to get over here, so if you would want to say anything before I go, please. Yeah, I have to go right now. You don't want me to go? Is this Sarah? Sarah, is that you saying no? You don't want me to go?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to help you if I can. Sarah, if you need help, please let me know. Sarah, do you want me to come up here once a week, Sarah, and talk to you? You do? I will come back once a week and talk to you. I promise. All right, I'm getting over here now. You cannot follow me home. You have to stay here. I will come back once a week and talk to you, Sarah. I promise. Okay, everybody. My battery in my phone's about to die, so I have to cut it off. But like I said, if anybody heard anything, please leave me a comment. I really would appreciate it. And hold on, no, wait. But just leave me a comment. Let me know if you heard anything. I'd really appreciate it. And if you have not, please subscribe to my channel. By the time you see the video, it's gonna be over here. Over here. So subscribe, and then the bell next to it, hit that for notification of new videos. Hit the share button. Please share my videos, please. And then hit that button that looks like this. Yep, the like button. Hit that. I'm gonna give everybody an update on. I had an interview scheduled for 3 o'clock with Bishop James Long from Ghost Adventures, Bobby Mackey's episode, but he had to perform last rites for somebody, so we have to reschedule it. I'm gonna try to do it for later on tonight, around 9. If I can't, it's gonna be another day, but I will keep y'all posted on that. I was super excited to do it at 3 today, but I can't. His job called, so he had to go do his job. Behind me because feel like something was watching over my shoulder. Kind of got like an eerie feeling. Well, like I said, I'm at this little local cemetery by my house. Figured that it was a nice day and I could get out of the house because it's right up the street. Do a little spirit box and EVP. I'm going to check my EVP recorder when I get home and see if I catch anything. I will be going live later tonight, so hope you all join me there. There's traffic. Take my back, you're sexy. No, don't copyright me, Jason O.D. My cousin Matt, do you want to say anything? Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Talk. He's wearing the Cincinnati Reds. We represent. I got the Bengals. And I got a Cincinnati Red shirt. I don't match today. But it's all good. Yep. Another thing, I want everybody in the paranormal family to stay strong, stick together. I seen on YouTube that some people is being bullied because they're in the paranormal. Don't let that stop you from doing what you're doing. People are just jealous because we're a big family and we're starting to grow and we support each other. So first off, bullying is not the answer. You should never bully. And if anybody ever has thoughts of suicide, please do not do it. It's not worth it. There is a number you can call. I don't have it right now, but I'm going to look it up and see if I can get it for you. And if you want to talk, I'm here to talk. You can leave me a comment at the bottom. I'll give you my email address, and you can email me, and we could swap numbers so we could talk. You know what I mean? I'm here for you, to help you in any way. I don't want to see nobody do anything to harm themselves in any way. It's not good. Suicide prevention lifeline is 1-800-273-8255. That is 1-800-273-8255. If you need somebody to talk to, please call them or leave me a message and I will give you my email. You can email me. I will swap numbers with you. Okay? Yep. I'm here with my family. I love you guys. But I think I'm about to wrap it up. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please help me grow. Get more subscribers. So please share this video. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification. It'll go bing whenever I get a new video. That way you know. And check out my guy, buddy, Klowns Paranormal. He does real good work. I enjoy his channel. And there's Helly Horton. She does gaming and she does some paranormal. She does a lot of live feeds, so please check her out. Check out the other side, the other side investigators. Check out their channel on YouTube. Her name's Dawn. I'm planning on meeting up with her sometime and doing an investigation at Lake Shawnee in West Virginia. So check her out. Check out Heart Searcher, I think 64 officer. Her name's Christine. I'm going to be hooking up with her, do some investigations also. Check out Eat Podge Paranormal. He's a local boy from here. He does some good work. I'm also planning on collabing with him on some investigations. And definitely check out 303 Paranormal. They do real good jobs. I'm sure there's more, but I have to remember who they are. I know there's a lot that I watch. What the Question Paranormal. My girl Angie. She does real good videos. Check her out. Sweet ladies. And yeah. But I'm gonna get out of here and try to head home. Get some dinner. Appreciate y'all. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. Use your words. My cousin Matt's weird. But I love you guys. Everybody be safe. For me and Matt, we say thank you for watching. And oh yeah, check out my son's YouTube. We like to travel. Me and him's gonna be doing a lot of traveling, hopefully this summer. And he's gonna be vlogging on his, but we're gonna do like paranormal stuff too for my channel, and he's gonna do like just vlogging and exploring and like that. And merch. I will be having merch. Getting t-shirts. I got vinyl window stickers on their way now. I'm gonna do hospital mask with my logo. So if you're interested, please leave me a comment and I'll let you know how we'll go about collecting money, because I'm not going through Teesprings or nothing like that. I'm doing this through people I know, because they're little small businesses and I'm trying to help them. So yeah, please check out for that. And y'all take it easy and peace. Say peace. Say konnichiwa. Say peace. Say peace out. Peace out, y'all. Love y'all. And happy holidays.
There we go. Hey, yep, like I said there, if y'all had to check out Hensley there, please do. Got a good channel. Good guy. Ooh. Hello there, Fox. What's happening, buddy? All righty, so we got it. You still here, Rod? Oh, that's no problem, bro. Paranormal family, we're gonna stick together. We're gonna grow like weeds, by God. All righty. Thanks for the shout out there, Hensley. Let me see what happening. If y'all would there, hit the share button. Try to keep the stream going. I think I'm gonna do another one there for Venomous Fringe. They've been really, really nice to me. That's a good one. Hell, they all good. It's not a matter of picking out a good one. It's a matter of which one to pick. Here we go. Venomous Fringe, Day of the Dogman. I'm gonna drop a link in the channel. Y'all would there give them a like and a share. Yeah, real good. They real good people. That's Ron Trombley, 18, and Cyrus says 91 on Twitter. I'll drop a link there just in a second. Share.
We live in a very mysterious world, one that's filled with mystery, and we cannot explain certain things. My name is Chris French, and I'm a cryptozoologist and paranormal researcher. In tonight's show, we focus on the unknown. Come join me as we discuss the mystery of our world. You're listening to The Venomous Fringe. Prepare yourselves as we dive into the madness of the mystery of our world. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and you're listening to The Venomous Fringe. I'm your host, Chris Fringe, and tonight's episode I'm going to be reading you guys 5 reported dogman encounters sent to me by subscribers. These reports have taken place during the day, and I figured why not do an episode on the Day of the Dead, which is a Mexican holiday. For some of us out there in the Catholic religious value, you are a All Saints Day. So, because I'm a bit of a big avid fan of celebration of Day of the Dead with the South American blood I have, it'd be great to go ahead and read you guys these reports on such a specific occasion, and why not do it now? So enjoy tonight's episode, guys, and of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. The first report comes from Jeremy G. This report happened in Arizona in 2007. In the Tonto National Forest, I had seen what appeared to be a dogman with my girlfriend. I will say that I do not believe in these type of creatures. They all seem kind of bold to me. But I believe I had seen one of these creatures when hiking with my girlfriend back in Arizona in 2007. It was around the afternoon when my girlfriend and I were approaching a small creek within the center portion of the national park. We were in the clearing, relaxing, and we had both had that mysterious vibe that we were both being watched by something. We both didn't admit that we had seen or heard something, and as a matter of fact, we both didn't mention or say a single thing. And I think because we didn't want to creep each other out, and I strongly understood that. I had turned my head to the side, and I could see in the bushes about 100 feet away from our location, I could see something moving alongside the tree line. My eyes were gazed upon it, and since I myself was stunned by what I had seen, it moved at a fast speed like a bear. I told my girlfriend if she wanted to travel south and back onto the main trail, which directs us back to the start of the park. She agreed, and we both had left the scene. But I couldn't get my eyes off that area. I believe what I had seen was a dogman, because I had gotten a good glare at the feature running. It had sprinted like a track athlete, but looked rather tall and had pointy ears. It was so bright, I could make out the ear in outline. It was tall, muscular body, black fur. The face was a little hard to make out, but imagine a German shepherd's head, and thin and smushed in a little bit. Overall, this was my first encounter. I've since been back to the forest and found no trace. This was over 12 years ago, but I had known what I had seen that very day. So thank you, Jeremy, for sending me that report. It sounds like you had ran into a dogman from how you're describing it. I've heard reports in the Tonto area in the region of Arizona. First of all, Arizona being a hot spot for these creatures. It doesn't surprise me if they find some sort of migration and inhabitants within national forest regions. So Tonto is indeed a hot spot reported, and it seems very similar to a few cases collected involving a bunch of dog-like creatures roaming around that vicinity. This next report was sent to me by a guy named Troy. This report had happened to his father back in Richmond, Virginia. Hello, Fringe. The following story comes from my father when he was visiting his mom, my own grandma, in Richmond, Virginia. He's since passed, but told me about this encounter before he passed a shy few months later. My father had served in Vietnam. He had seen some very traumatic things, but the most freakiest, besides being a prisoner of war, was when he had seen something rather strange in the woodline of my grandmother's house back in '72. My dad had been working in the backyard, helping my grandmother out with moving things around the yard. It was midday, and my father had been taking a cigarette break. The sun was pretty bright. My dad often stayed in shade, as he often didn't look too high inside the bright eyes of the sun due to the fact of it being effects of PTSD. While smoking, his face was positioned straight ahead of the forest gap that opens between the woodline, especially when you go into it. He had noticed movement coming from the tree line. His reaction at first was blank, as he had been alert, and being a veteran, it was a normal precaution. He suddenly saw a head move through the woodline, in which he put down his cigarette and proceeded to stare at the woodline. At this point, curious, he had said that apparently a creature that looked like a giant wolf, sitting on two legs, emerged from the woodline. The giant wolf stared at my father, and both parties had a brief confrontation, both looking at one another, taken aback. It sounds and seems like this mysterious creature was observing my father. He didn't budge. My dad being a vet, he wasn't spooked, but cautious. The creature looked as if it was opening its mouth like a predator about ready to attack prey. My father was about ready to take a few steps back and go and slowly touch the backyard. My father never laid eyes off the creature and refused to get killed had this creature tried something. His plan was to go back inside, lock the door for the time being, and quietly go into his old room and reach for the Magnum 44 he had kept back. And once he put his hand on the other door, this creature then went back into the woodline, taking a few steps back on its own. My father didn't do anything, but continued to work outside and finish his work. Even though that he had seen something that was pretty big, he brought out his 44 just in case. He never told my grandmother. He, however, purchased new locks and bolts on windows, as this creature in the event could attack and come back. He found out in later weeks that my father had heard cases of missing animals and people hearing strange screams at night. My grandmother didn't think too much of it because in the area she was familiar with the coyotes that would often spur out there and there. My dad, before passing, swears it wasn't a coyote, but it was something large and black. He described the face as having pointy ears and the facial features that looked ragged and muggy like someone smushed the animal's face in. It had a snout, and when it snarled and showcased its teeth, it was yellow and full of drool. Well, unfortunately, of course, I always support the veterans, so thank you for your father's service, Troy. I apologize, my condolences for him passing away in such an unfortunate circumstance. But yeah, it does sound to me in this case that this individual had locked eyes with it and had a sense of an intimidation game going on, staring face to face at it. Luckily, there was no other further escalation of the situation. Now, again, I'd like to mention that reportedly, this young man, his father insisted that he was not going to lay off the eyes of the creature, but go back into the house and grab his gun. So he didn't do that. He did that afterwards, after this creature had slowly backed into the woodline before he even went inside, just to clarify. But overall, a very interesting case. This next encounter was sent to me by Anthony M. This encounter happened to me and my buddies back in the 1990s. Back then, we all did a lot of exploring. We often went into the woods, and we often went to scary places. This was before advanced technology for computers and video games came about, so we always hung out when we could and did what we had to do. On this particular spring day, back in 1996, me and my guys all wanted to skip class. We often used our bikes for transportation, and we decided to go into the skirts of the woods of Virginia. And we've been in those woods millions of times. Now, where I reside, there isn't a lot of wild animals or what appear to be animals in certain regions. When me and my buddies were all walking and smoking, we had noticed something pretty dim in comparison to our previous travels. We had noticed that the area was more quiet. Not a lot of nature was heard in the area. I was kind of spooked about all this because I'm used to hearing those type of noises and sounds throughout the woods. We'd hear them for about 5 miles away. We got to our little ditch that circuits between the 2 townships and a field. Our ditch was our crown jewel of sorts. We loved it. We used to drink, smoke, and do anything we wanted there. About 30 minutes go by, and all of us are just relaxing, having a couple more smokes. We are just engulfed by conversation. About a couple minutes later, we hear some rustling in the bushes not too far from us. Now imagine this ditch being close to the center, and from another 100 yards, this bush, with 1,000 twigs, started moving. That was our situation. We weren't prepared for a large predator, as we had no weapons or anything to protect us. And had this creature came out, it could have killed all of us instantly. We were waiting, as following the rustling in the bush, we heard that mysterious snarl that many dogman cases seem to have. All of a sudden, this giant werewolf-looking monster comes out of the bush and shows itself to all 4 of us. My friends were shocked. We had seen something that is more common in the alley of make-believe. We all saw this werewolf-looking creature look right at us, and all of us, stunned and confused, go, "That's a freaking werewolf." This creature seemed spooked by us as it began to approach us, and all of us, like the Flash, darted out of the ditch and ran towards the other side of the woods and trails. Due to some previous experience running into the woods, we had always ran trails and ran junctions within them that we knew the patterns to. We had never seen anything like that in our entire lives. This creature had charged at us and instantly opened its mouth trying to get one of us, and it truly wanted to. We ran for a couple minutes. We turned our heads and saw nothing. We emerged out of the woods a few minutes later, and we landed on the other side of town, unfortunately. We took a bus back, and later that night, my buddy who shouted the friggin' werewolf comment had called me. We spent an hour talking about it, what it could possibly be. We looked back to our werewolf news of the Howling to American Werewolf in London, and we even at the time could have sworn that it was just somebody in a get-up costume. We don't know what we had seen. What we can say is this. It had large black ears pointed and elevated, the skin was brown, had very little hair, and it looked like a werewolf from even the Howling, to be exact. I've since revisited the area many years later and have found nothing. But one thing for sure, that very long, nice, beautiful day in the spring of '96, it truly changed us forever. Very interesting report coming from this young man, or the time young man. I've already butchered him. But Anthony, thank you for submitting your case. You know, I hear a lot of reports in Virginia as of late, and even though this is coming back from the 90s, and even the previous report in the 70s, you know, you have a common theme here, and there's a lot of patterns. The biggest pattern being is that this creature appears to see itself noticed, and of course it takes a look at the person who's noticing it. And it seems to be in a case just out of acts of curiosity, but what could have drawn this creature to have these kids run away from this ditch? There could have been a million factors to it. One of the biggest ones being is that if they're in a territory where there's a lot of scents and fumes that this creature's picking up on, it doesn't want them there. Some can go ahead with the whole demon comments and think that, oh, this creature just wanted to attack and want to kill them, which could possibly have been the case. Each dog has a different personality, to be exact. So this one's a little on the remedy side. This next report comes from Travis C. He's a resident of New Jersey. I was driving in Lakehurst, New Jersey. There's a long 5-mile road that showcases the entirety of the township's outskirts. You can see plenty of flat land and a lot of woods. The trees look all shriveled and rotted. It was around 11 a.m., still pretty early. I was leaving a painting job when I was on this particular road, when all of a sudden, this giant black figure had emerged from out of the woodline and immediately stopped in its tracks and stared at me for about 50 feet away. I hit the brakes in my 02 Trailblazer. I stopped and looked at this creature. This creature observed me as I observed it back. It did look evil. It had been watching me for a while. Slowly it moved its approach back to the truck. Just so everybody knows, around this time in the hour, there's not a lot of cars on this particular long, narrow road. And if anything, This creature picked a perfect time to make itself known. It didn't look like a bear and act like one either, but I will say this, it didn't even act human as well. It didn't look like a Halloween costume because the facial features moved pretty well and I got a good look at it. It had hunched legs and was walking in a very peculiar way. I honked my horn once, tried to scare it off. The creature just stood there, staring at me once more. I honked the horn once more. This time it started to approach the front of the car, and by this point I was about to take no chances. It was either me or the creature. I ended up honking my horn as loud as I could get it to go and proceeded for a long period of time. About a couple seconds later, this creature was about ready to get close to the front of the car and towards the driver's side window. I decided to swerve and floor it off at the side of the road and drive very far away. I've since returned to the site, but I will never forget that particular incident. I believe it was a dogman, the things you study on your show. It had a mush-type face, very ragged, very similar to other previous reports, and it just looked pure evil. Had pointy ears, and the biggest thing about it, it was about 8 to 10 feet tall. I know what roads he's talking about, and there's also been a long array of reports in New Jersey in reference to small dogman sightings, and in this one, it's a pretty small one. But to have a report of such a creature looking at you like that and not making no movement, it makes you wonder about the amount of patience and amount of activity that this creature might possess, that's able to, in a stronghold sense, do something that would be catastrophic in a way, I guess. This final report comes from Mexico. And this individual, I'm going to call him Francisco. My name is Francisco. This encounter happened to me in Torreon, Mexico when I was 19, when my family had been in the area. I had a mysterious encounter, a series of events that happened in a week, in which my family had a bit of a runoff encounter with these mysterious creatures. In Mexico, they're called as the Nahoy, which is derived from the pre-Hispanic language of Nahuatl, and a variation of the word Noah Ali, which means warlock or sorcerer. It began one early morning when my papa had went to feed some goats in our acres where we resided. It was strange because it was a seasonal change, much warmer, and a lot of native animals hadn't been around in the area as of late. When my papa had approached the pen of the goats, he was shocked to see them. They were brutally mutilated. Someone had gotten a large knife of sorts or a chainsaw and had just gotten in and just started hacking them up. My papa felt it was the cartels in some way. There were a lot of drug problems and cartels in the area, as it's being Mexico. It wouldn't have surprised me if we'd actually had the cartels gunning for our houses and we were put on a list or something. They didn't care. My papa had alerted the police, and when the police arrived, they couldn't make out what had caused these goats to be torn apart. The police said the blood was fresh, and the openings were too deep for a knife to penetrate the nerve in the flesh. It looked like these goats were killed before sunrise, and someone appeared to have taken their hands, or just in general, something really large, and just gutted right into the creature's deep. We didn't think too much about it, with it being cartels, but we were frightened. So we decided to go ahead and invite some family members, my uncles, to the house for a little while in efforts of protection. Around this time, my father was getting older, and it seemed to me like I was the new man of the house. But he didn't want to see me, in general, have my life be put on the line in the events of if it was the cartels. During the week, my cousins had returned home from a local lake not too far away, where they had been upset. My one cousin had a scratch on his arm, but it looked like he had injured himself, indeed the case of what happened. My cousins were riding their bikes when suddenly a giant wolf creature had chased right after them, and then vanished into thin air. When they turned their heads seconds later, the creature had returned, coming out of the lines, and on all fours began to run as fast as a tiger approaching prey. My cousins were going 20 miles per hour on the bikes, which was a lot at the time. It had failed to get to them, or at least try not to get to them as reported. And My cousins had fallen off the bike and hurt himself. The creature then darted back around into the woods again and vanished in the thin air. The following day, things came full circle when it was late afternoon. My mom had been upset. Something had tried to attack her from in the house. She had been in the kitchen preparing food for us all. She had heard a bang on the front of her house, and she went to go investigate. Upon investigating, she had found something that truly spooked her. She had seen from outside someone had broken her little guignol statue. She was shocked by this. A little while later, while laying down on the couch, awaiting my father and uncle's return as well as mine, seated behind an open window, she claimed that something had tried to grab her. Something had pulled her hair, almost pulling it and twisting it in a form of a violent fashion. It had a large, hairy arm, she said. She didn't know what it was. She was concerned and feared that whatever it was trying to hurt us all. My papa had returned home with the other family members, and we were all convinced that something had tried to get our attention. The next thing that happened next was pretty interesting. I had returned home. I had seen my uncles and my father come out with shotguns, my father advising me to watch the house, while my uncles and my father played Rambo. Now it was dusk. I was afraid my father and uncles would have never came back. When you have a gun armed in Mexico, it could be bad. You can get killed easily. They just went and checked the acres of our land. Moments later, all we hear next is gunfire. My uncles and father came back and ran back to the house. They were freaked out. I was told to take the cousins to the back room and lock the door. I had put my cousins in the back room and had made sure the door was locked. The windows were bolted, and of course they were protected. My uncles, my father and mother, had been in the living room. My uncles and fathers with the shotguns drawn and ready to fire at each vicinity at whatever they were trying to get at. All of a sudden, coming towards the house, I had seen this giant wolf-like creature running on all fours, and when it had gotten to the house, it had slowly approached it. The creature looked like it was bleeding, or what appeared to have been blood. Something rather strange. As it approached the house, it stared through the windows. My uncles and father had watched in terror. At the same time, were trying to show no fear, with guns ready to fire at this creature, while it made an intimidating posture from the outside. It had proceeded to scratch the window surface of the outside, and then proceeded to snarl. It sounded very distinct and frightening. The creature then left the windows. Then all of a sudden we had heard scratching from the other side of the house to where I went to go check on my cousins. Then all of a sudden we heard a gut-wrenching, bloody howl. I determined the word bloody because the howl did sound like bloody murder. It sounded like something truly frightening and evil. A screech of a cat getting killed, almost. I hate to be so emphasized on that, but of course, that is indeed how this person had went about it. The police had been called. The cops instantly had dismissed the case. They assumed that it was just a large, wild, rabid dog. My dad and uncles disagreed on that, and in a typical old-fashioned Mexican argument, my father almost faced jail time for getting loud with the authorities. To put an end to things, the police watched the area for a while, checked around it. We didn't get no other activity following this incident. It was traumatic and left us speechless. All of these incidents really got to us later that week, and we also found out in a month's time, other people around the area of Torreon were seeing a very similar creature with unfortunate circumstances, from other livestock killed to even people almost getting killed themselves by whatever was out there. To this day, I don't think the authorities would like to be open about it and often dismiss it. I'm 26 now, moved out, but I've been listening to your show and figured you'd like to hear this case. It did look like a werewolf from the underworld movies. My uncles best described it as a loop-garou. And in conclusion, besides the cartels, there are monsters that lurk in Mexico that you should keep watch on. It's pretty cool to see an international case like that involving a family that was basically almost killed or at least harassed by this dogman. Now, I will say this. I mean, when I had first heard the report, it did sound pretty strange. It did sound pretty airy. There have been cases in international dogman reports where the cases seem more aggressive compared to American reports. I don't know if it just has something to do with the region or each dogman is different and this is just an aggressive type. But it appears this young individual was so traumatized or at least freaked out by it that he had to share the story. And the fact is that his father had seen what appeared to have been his goats just killed in the early morning hours. And then, of course, during the day, his mother had been almost attacked by this thing. And to top it all off, you have your uncles and your father going out to defend the perimeter to protect your family. And then you have this incident happen. So that's a pretty gut-wrenching case, one of which that was freaky when I had first looked at it. And of course, this happened in Rio, Mexico. So this was yet again another interesting report. But I wanted to showcase these cases with you guys because I think they're pretty cool. I also think that, in a better word of cool, I also think it's also good to inform that there are other places in the world besides your typical north and southern regions of the U.S. that involve dogmen. And I think we all know this by now. So that was a pretty cool encounter. But I wanted to read you guys these 5 encounters because these were stories that were sent to me by eyewitnesses. These were stories sent to me by subscribers of the show. And they all took place in the daytime. And I wanted to share them on a day such as Day of the Dead and proclaim it as Day of the Dogman. Like every other person who has a very interesting report of the unknown and phenomena of the macabre, it's still pretty cool to talk about. This will conclude the show tonight, but before we go ahead and log off a very short episode, I just want to say a couple of things. I want to thank you all for tuning in again last night to our 13-hour, now proclaimed 15-hour special of the Venomous Fringe's Dogman Apocalypse show. I do have some bad news, however. YouTube, unfortunately, had chopped off the last 4.5 hours of the broadcast, and this was because of an apparent copyright issue I had with my Yorkshire Dogman documentary. I had uploaded this documentary to my Facebook groups as well, and I had also had the same thing blocked. It appears that this strike isn't pertaining to an effect or a piece of footage I had used for this documentary, in which I'm now going to have to go back and I'm going to have to go and make some edits to it. So I will be uploading that episode of the documentary next week or over the weekend, along with the Vic Cundiff interview, because those were the only 2 pieces that got chopped and cropped from this special, which is quite disappointing the way you see it. And that's kind of a reason why I've unlisted the 13-hour special to the public domain due to this copyright strike. And I have left a link. I'll leave a link again in the pinned post, the pinned comment, if you guys want to go back and take a look at it. Unfortunately, it only says 11 hours as opposed to, of course, the 13 to 15 hours we did. So again, I do thoroughly apologize for that, folks. I mean, again, that's just something that I wasn't prepared for. I figured it wasn't an issue. It was all royalty free. Everything I use for the show is under royalty free, with copyright, whatnot, being sent to those people who create the royalty free. So again, I will be making edits and will be uploading those shows down during the week. So keep your eyes and notification bells on because we will be uploading the remaining bits of the Dogman Apocalypse show. Hopefully, the next time we don't have this issue. And besides that, I'm going to sign off here. I want to thank you all again for listening and for also having an opinion, of course, formatting on the stories I read to you tonight. Which was your most interesting story to you that you found to be the most terrifying, in a sense? Of course, guys, feel free to always contact me at thevenomousfringe@gmail.com. There's a link right now, as well as in the description, where you can, of course, get a hold of me. If you'd like to submit your encounters, if you'd like to come on the show, or give me your feedback, that's the email you can reach me at. We also have a Venomous Fringe group you can check out, the Venomous Fringe official Facebook group. You can find that group on Facebook, and if you are on Facebook, feel free to join it. We'd love to have you here, discussing paranormal and cryptids, as well as hearing me and give my own views on certain topics. With all that being said, good night and happy Day of the Dead, or
All righty. That was a good one, wasn't it? I just dropped the link right there for Venomous Fringe. Anybody just now tuning in, if you would, please check out the Venomous Fringe. Give them a like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Leave a comment. Tell them you saw them on Klowns Paranormal, please. Want to give a shout out to Southern Ohio tonight. Got Hensley Paranormal TV, Fox Adventures, and of course Flemingwerfer's here. Flemingwerfer's a good guy. He has many channels there that we've had here today. If you want to get your videos shared out, get a promotion there, see if we can help you grow. Come on by, come set a spill, let's talk, hang out. Let me see if I can get this straight. I can be contacted on Twitter, Clown Media, all one word. And I'm on Twitter. It's Clown Media. If you want to give me a holler, see about sharing a video out on the show. Just remember, can't have any kind of copyrighted materials, music, TV shows, anything like that. Gotta be content creator created, by God. But you need some help with something, I help you, because I sooner help somebody than hurt them. Ooh. All righty, y'all. I think I'm gonna wind this one up. Unless somebody want to come on, let's talk, just hang out for a little bit. Anybody want to come on the panel? I've been thinking about closing. Limited amount of time I stay on a live stream to 2 to 3 hours at the most. Don't mean I won't do a second live stream in a day, but about 2 hours is the most there to seem to catch people's attention and keep the show going. That I get tired, need to get up and move around some. But I appreciate everybody that showed up. Hey, all the followers on Twitter, all the subscribers to the channel. Hey, hope that this my show here has made a difference for you. I really do appreciate everybody. I'm still trying to grow and get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Hope you'll like, share, subscribe to my channel and help me grow too. But I think I'm gonna call it quits here for a little bit. Yeah, I'll be back on again. Here, I guess I'm gonna come back live about 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, I'm gonna see about running some stuff for Holly's lore and all things paranormal Leslie. But y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in a few.